Very cool. Control Z. Just chilling out, mapping with some TrenchBroom. Oh. Forgot to even group these. Sarcophagus. I think that's how you spell it. I want to hope that's how you spell it. Sarcophagus underscore small. That's cool. That was technically the original one, so RIP. But your model will never be forgotten, at least on this map. Because, in fact, it's kind of my whole shtick on this one. Okay. So that is 2 under the X. That should roughly be the same. I don't know if anyone else could hear that, but I have these like weird little ringing notification sounds and they just never go away. And I don't know what program or software they're from. Maybe it's a LinkedIn job alert. That'd be awesome. Nah. Right now I'm studying to be a software developer, so I do a lot of work in like C#, so I'm hoping that that turns into something. Probably won't for a little bit longer. And this one will be a little fun. I'm thinking about changing the sarcophaguses in the other rooms, the sarcophagi shelves, to be a little bit, to use these smaller sarcophaguses, because I have another room over in here with the old model sarcophagus, and they're okay. It's just, they're a little bulky. They look thematically cool because they look like, oh yeah, like a demon could fit inside of it. Like they're huge. I mean, in fact, actually, while we're just doing it here, we might as well just run a little bit. I have a major leak in my map in 2 spots, I think. So I gotta like readjust how that is looking. But we open the door, take care of the army guys. Head on over. Keep moving through. Quad damage takes care of them, no problem. Kind of want more, at least one at an angle. This is better. And we can maybe have breakable shelving that we jump up and then we start moving more, because that's what this map is going to eventually turn into. Is like, right now it was a vertex practice map, so I was teaching myself how to make like basically shapes like this obelisk, and that turned into making sarcophaguses and then making this sort of shape that I know I could reuse for a couple of different purposes. I might want to turn these into walkways now that I know about the skip trigger, or the skip event. But then it just turned into like, oh, let's learn how to make reusable shapes. So I like basically made a few cutouts in the texture just so I can make these reusable big rooms that I could flip around and have like basically some filler content. Not really filler, but you know, you have to, there are like 2 or 3 rooms you have to go between interesting things. And that's kind of what this segment is going to be. I'm pretty happy with it. It's just, you know, we move through, we get maybe the base weapon, or we get what we expect out of it, and then we keep moving and then maybe do something more interesting. This is my first real map, so this is my first real map in a very, very long time, and I never published or made anything really that was serious. Just like maybe a Gary's Mod map or 2. But TrenchBroom is like really awesome software. Honestly, the fact that you can now export with that Godot tool into like Godot projects, I haven't done it, but I know it's possible. That is quite a game changer, because if I can playtest something in Quake and know I like it, then I can make a real, you know, thing eventually. Or at least a pretty cool map pack for something. It's like, okay. So the doors kind of work like that. This is why I started to work on the event listener, or the events, the entity trigger type thing, or classes. So that's the funk door. This one doesn't have the same type of entities that I was working on in my other one, but it's cool for the most part. Just something a little different, you know, because we have so much of the same stuff. So this should be maybe like that. And we could likewise. Away. Oop. That is a bit of a problem, though. Maybe I just go back to that, and then we just... Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's fine. I know I'm working at, like, way too small of a grid space, but that's because I like having detail, but if it ain't working, it ain't working. So, now these sarcophaguses are a little bit off, as you can tell. This one is a little off of its origin. I mean, they all are technically, so I'm not that worried about it. Holy, and then get that, grab it over. Yeah, that's fine. Should be fine. Because I'm realizing that I kind of want to open this space up more before we continue. my concept of what is appropriate in this, because like I want it to be like a space station that collects sarcophaguses that are like floating in space, but it's mainly because I'm making a caveat. Like originally I just wanted it to be a sarcophagus thing, but then I got too obsessed with making these doors, and I'm really happy now because I've made them like super modular. Like we can make a ton more of them, but it's just a little frustrating. I'm not gonna pause after each one of these. I know I have like a really horrible leak somewhere. That's fine. Yep. Reached occupant at, no filling performed. So there's something up here, and then there's something up over here, and I gotta take a look at what that is. But they're warnings, not errors. So unfortunately, and I don't even know what the system cannot find file specified. I don't even know if my viz is working, because I don't 100% understand what that is even, other than maybe rendering for like the light engine. So like this is the old one. Let's open it out a little bit more. That looks kind of natural. We just take this and flip it a couple of times in some different directions. It'll be good. And then we don't have to worry that much about the sarcophaguses, but I do want to like expand this idea so they're like really, really big and we're jumping in between them. But that's going to be more difficult. Like this is mainly a tutorial learning map. I've got a few of those now. But shout out to Dump Truck DS. He's a YouTuber who makes a lot of Quake related content, as well as Quake mapping content. His maps are really, really cool. You should check him out in all of the Quake map jams. I have not been in a single one of those, but I've been playing a lot of them and they're super cool. But yeah, I've just been playing around. Quake's been one of my favorite games of the last, like, that I've been playing over the last, like, 4 months. And I just think that these maps are pretty sick. The cool thing is you can also, like, apply these maps to different versions of Quake. So even different Quake mods can load this up. So I've had, like, this in Slayer's Testament where I have, like, full Doom 2016 controls and weapons, and it plays pretty well. You know, it is surprisingly how versatile. This is such a great program. Hey, little guys. There's always something I could be working on, but I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to like expand out too big. So we got the room corners here, and I actually kind of want to do this real fast. So we're gonna duplicate this out, and then we're going to ungroup, group, and we're gonna call it, honestly I should simplify it before I do this, but we'll do that in a second here. This should be called large room medium. Okay. Oh shoot. Nope. It's fine. Oh. Did I do it right? It's really weird. Okay. Don't need that. This way there's just less seams in the map. think where my leaks are happening the most are around these doors, because I designed them to be flush, but when you're just like a little off in your rotation or something happens, it's just nerve-wracking because you're like, is that really along the same pixel line? This one isn't for sure. This one is cropped, you see, right there. I found you. It's been super frustrating. Okay, what the frick are you? I gotta get everything along this wall. That was it. That was one of them. Oh god, let me make sure it's not inside of it. It's just it's not that frustrating, but you're like, dang, what if? You can be a little bit off. Look at these little channels. Nobody ever played through these. It'd be kind of cool to have like a Duke, you know, shrink ray, and then you can go back through these like they're the vents. That'd be a good idea. It's like a little, and then we got a corner over here, meeting spot. That could be cool. Bunch of different ideas, you know how it is. I know that it's more efficient to like look through little 2D like workspace. Like you can do that by hitting space and just start looking at it like that. And for some people, that's probably like more ideal for understanding what's going on here. Like we start there, then we make our way through, up, and then this is where everything was. This is where we've been focusing. This is from the side, where this is that far wall, and on the opposite end of everything is where we spawn in. This makes a little bit more sense. So right here, it's got all of this other conflicted geometry because we've got all this stuff about half a mile away ready. But it's okay. Okay, that one looks okay. I hadn't noticed any issues with this one particularly. This one's been having some issues too. God damn it. Yep. I mean, that corresponds with two of them. And, you know, I can use the thing. You can use like the little coordinates they gave you. You can defrag it from there. Nope. Nope. No filling performed. Leak file written in vertexpractice.pts. I'll take a look at it. I mean, really there's no excuse because TrenchBroom has... Okay, TrenchBroom has all the software we need for it. It's just like, that's from a different troubleshooting video that I haven't actually had to work through just yet. This is the first major leak that I've had that I haven't been able to piece together. That's better. Yeah, that's better than what it was. Before it was pretty noticeable. When you stood like right up next to it. I wasn't showing it off in the video, but it was an issue. Oh, I finished it all without even using the nail gun. Another one there that can turn into a door, and then another one here that can turn into a door. And I kind of want to branch it from there, but we'll see what's possible. Definitely need to connect some lights. This is still the old model room, so hopefully I'll just come back through and replace it in a second here, along with these doors. But the one thing I like about this modular way is like it allows me to plan out rooms and then build better prefabs, then simplify the prefabs, then simplify again. And down the line that's going to be more useful. I can start deleting some of those other ones down there, but some of them are a little bit more useful than others right now. So I'll just see how long this work in progress is. I don't know what that's supposed to be. I guess it's because there are lights here, and they just maybe don't reach that. It doesn't understand what to do with the geometry here, I don't think. Okay. So, some of this stuff is more useful than others, but it isn't really that useful, so I'm actually gonna just... I'm not gonna get rid of it. But and that's the main point of contention, because that rotate is what scares me, because that's where I think this is running into the most problems. I'm hoping that that leak is actually happening like over in there with some of these extra ones that I've built. And I know I gotta delete some of them soon, but those are interesting ways to like look at how I kind of created this idea and started scripting the idea or shaping the idea to be more complete. Now, I don't know what'll happen with these. This is a little weird, I guess, because it still thinks it's at 1. So let's do Funk Door, and then let's change the angle to 270. That should be right. And then, yeah, instead of that, 270. Maybe 90 instead. Have it go in the opposite direction, I think. Yeah, it goes in the opposite direction. That should be fine. And then maybe we just stick to 2 generic rooms. I think this one should be a treasure room. I kind of want to make it a treasure room that turns into a secret room. So I'll get a right angle bracket room. Oh. So sorry. And let's see if we just plop it that way. This way, the Strog base or whatever this thing is supposed to be, like, they'll have a couple secret rooms in it down the line, I guess. Unfortunately, like, I made it a Strog thing. It doesn't really have to be a Strog thing. This is what I'm looking forward to, because I'm going to use the actual old school door to then hide the tiny rooms. This hasn't been made to fit, I don't think, though. guess it's with the original door. There's something a little wonky with it. I don't know, maybe it has to do with the rotation. Shit, I guess. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. Oh. I mean, that sometimes is the problem. It's like infinitesimally small margin of difference. I'm happier with that than with changing it. And right now we'll just observe the secret door. But, and also for now, we're just gonna okay. How? So let's save that and just play around a little bit. These rooms are going to be dark, but that's okay. Well, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. That is how you can keep growing things out. But definitely some finer things to note. I'm going to try and find a way. I just haven't gotten to that part of texturing yet with these doors. It's not like my immediate big concern. My immediate big concern is just like, okay, I need to study how these entities work a little bit better. I have another map that I'm going to show off like in a little bit here because I have been developing these maps side by side, and unfortunately that has caused me to radically change my approach to this map, which doesn't seem like it was necessary, but it's why I've been focusing on the sci-fi elements of these like doors and stuff more than anything else. Because really the sarcophagus theme doesn't really fit Space Lab. It fits a medieval theme. But because of this, I will be able to make some stuff that is a little bit cooler, more compelling in the moment. Okay, so that looked fine. This has some issues, so we're actually gonna just grab that. Grab that. Grab this and that. Grab this room. This is why you shouldn't use the smaller grids, because you'll end up doing something like this to yourself, and it's not fun. Because now I'm like gonna second guess every single door I put down, because I probably, like, when I modeled this out, I probably like did something early on where I shifted the brush to be whatever. And likewise, I don't think I was I don't think I was as careful as I would have liked with the radius of the door. Yep. I don't know. I'll find those. I feel bad about them, but the game is running. The map is running. I'm able to play what I have made. So I'm pretty happy. Honestly, at this rate, looking okay. And then we have a secret door over here that you can only, and you press against it. We'll have it be like a funk button secret door, maybe that you have to shoot a target for, or maybe if you can run into it. Yeah, I think you have to hit it, or at least hit a button. I don't know if there's a way you can just slide against it and it'll know. Probably, like, we could do something like that if I thought it out enough. I mean, it's Quake Spasm, it's not real Quake, so... To be fair, Quake Spasm's pretty damn good, but... Ooh. Yeah, for some reason this stuff is a part of this. Yeah, I don't know why those are in that. If anything, this should be grouped to maybe the starting room, but... oh, I was going to show off something cool I found out, where it's like if you do Super Nail Gun, or if you do any of these, and you just... Oh! It's everything. But if you just start like, oh, I don't really want that weapon, I can then just be like, yeah, rocket launcher. Same thing for that. And just kind of makes it easier than just being like, oh, I don't want the GUI, or I don't want to like drag and drop in the same spot. Especially if you're like, oh, I know, like I don't actually want to do super damage there. I was just testing it out because I was afraid that the ogre was going to be too killer, and I was wrong. He's kind of a pushover. So now I'm gonna just start. Oh. That is something that you can do if you're not careful. But you can just fix it. Control Z is like, I wish other editors had the Control Z that TrenchBroom has. I mean, I'm being unfair, but it seems like every time that I walk into like something like, I don't know, Blender, it seems like whenever I try and undo something, I end up doing it in a completely different tab at a completely different time. But I'm not a graphic artist, I'm not really a 3D artist. I guess I'm a mapper now. Can add that to part of my tool belt. Junior Quake maps. Everything's just a LinkedIn fucking resume reel anyway, isn't it? Okay, let's add some lights. Nice and easy. That's just been what I'm doing, and then I just go like switch them around a little bit. I get more particular later. It's just like fulfilling a purpose. Because ideally, I'll just be able to replace this with a castle medieval type thing when I do my cohesive narrative version of this mod. But for now, like, I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, Sarcophagus City right now is like an Amazon fulfillment center. That's what me and my brother have been joking about when we've been playing it. Giant combat arena Amazon facility. Okay, I could do some actual rocket jumping. Can't handle that blast back. Maybe if I get the... Is it iron boots? Pretty sure with iron boots I could be okay. Oh, here I am. Here we go. Got more rockets. Honestly a little overpowered, but here we go. Nice and bright. Very even lighting. I call it being lazy. But this way, don't have to... Like, you don't want to just start at the place, I feel. I feel like I have a little bit of lee room to, like, okay, we move in, we get a feel of what we're dealing with, because this is going to be maybe the second mission, or the second map you load into. So, you're like, okay, new slip gate, where am I, what am I doing? And you're like, okay, rooms, people, maybe I start putting guys up top. Or making them little pavilions that they stand up in. That's pretty cool. And the truth is I gotta start making better doors or more advanced doors or alternate doors, because the box has served almost all of its purpose. Like, these modular boxes are about done. There's only so much I can really take of the modular boxes, and I was gonna retexture most of it anyway. Like, the floors and the ceiling are really awful right now, but hopefully moving forward we have this exit, and then, yeah, I guess we'll have this be kind of like an optional room. Maybe this has a key, and then we step outside, or we step out into a more open part of the space station, or whatever it is. Right now I can't decide what, because if it's going to be a dungeon, maybe you step outside into the real world. But maybe this is just a sign for me to save this, remind myself again for the third time to clear out those stupid leaks. Then we can go to small room, which is my other map. Sometimes doesn't work super well. I was building some more reusable stuff this time around. But this is for what I expect the first part of my little thing to be. So instead we can be like, dark forces are at work. And then we'll get into this thing that I've been working on. So that's a... Oh, yeah. Stupid little thing. This is almost done. Again, I shouldn't be working at these kinds of grids. Bad habit. End up wasting time. So, from what I understand, I can do this, and I can target should it be a relay? I don't know. This might not be a part of the video that I really show off. Oh my god, it's been 50 minutes. Do I have a single video that is not 3 hours long? Let me think. Shit. Oh god, there hasn't been any music playing, has there? So sorry. So we should do a telly. Teleport destination. Trigger. I think I'm gonna look this up before I like show off my awesome quick mapping skills. No, it's just something that's gonna be in like a dump truck video or something like that that I watch. Anyway, thanks for watching.